So in terms of his purpose or intent, Ammon Bundy has said that his primary purpose in occupying the wildlife refuge was to stake a claim for adverse possession. I know a lot of people scratch their heads about that and think, what does that mean? What is adverse possession? And without taking the time to spell all of that out in great detail right now, I encourage you to go to the Rangefire blog, www.rangefire.us. And you can find a number of different articles and other materials there that talk about adverse possession. The real question in terms of this clip is talking about not the elements of adverse possession, because I don't have time to do that. It's a fairly complicated subject, but whether or not there's evidence that even in the government's case, that's what Ammon's intention was. You've got to remember, the defendants haven't yet even begun to present their own evidence and what their intention was. So this is based on the government's own evidence. So what the government has shown is that these defendants came to the refuge and they took possession of it. They occupied it. Those are elements of adverse possession. You have to do that in order to stake a claim for adverse possession. You have to possess the property, you have to occupy it, and you have to try to defend that property in a sense. So it looks like the government is actually presenting plenty of evidence that would support that element of that claim. In addition, the government has presented evidence. One of the things that they did recently when they were examining Linda Beck about her office, the condition that she found it in and everything, they showed photographs of her office, and one of those photographs included a whiteboard, and she claimed that that whiteboard was in the condition that it was left by the defendants. And so when they zoomed in on the whiteboard to see what it said on cross-examination, what it said right at the top of the whiteboard was adverse possession, and then it listed some of the elements of adverse possession. The government and a lot of other people have claimed that this adverse possession claim is something that Ammon Bundy came up with after the fact to try to cover his tracks, and that it's some kind of convenient after-the-fact defense that he's trying to come up with. But the government has already presented evidence that that was part of what he was trying to do while he was occupying the refuge, and it's included in the evidence that the government has presented thus far. So we'll continue these clips, and I'll come back and add some more commentary clips as we go.